Today we've got lots of exciting news. Princess Cruises has announced a new home port. We're also going to talk about the Alaska season. So if you happen to have a cruise booked to Alaska this year or next, or you are thinking about booking one, this will be really useful information so that you don't miss out on any experiences that are available while you're there. We're also going to be talking about that sanctuary collection again with Princess and which cabin categories are going to be included in the sanctuary collection. So if you already have your cruise booked, you can go ahead and look at your category and know if you'll be in that sanctuary collection or not. And then finally, the Eclipse cruise that is going to be coming up. We've talked about it a little bit. I've got news for you about how that whole eclipse is going to work and everything, so this might help you if you're thinking about coming along with us. So let's go ahead and get started. Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today is Tuesday. It is May 7th of 2024, and let's start at the top talking about the really exciting news that Princess has released about a new home port. So it has been over a decade since Princess Cruises home ported in San Juan, Puerto Rico, but they are going to do it again. It's very exciting. So starting in October of 2025 through March of 2026, the Grand Princess is going to be home ported in San Juan, Puerto Rico. There are several really cool things that go along with that, and let me tell you what they are. So first of all, during her time there, while she is home ported there, the Grand Princess is going to be running alternating 7-day cruises, and the ports that they are going to visit are ports that are often not included in itineraries when sailing round trip from Florida. And so let me tell you what those itineraries look like. Now, so for the first itinerary, you leave San Juan, you go to Tortola, St. Kitts, Dominica, Grenada, Barbados, then you have a day at sea, and then you are back in San Juan, Puerto Rico. For the other itinerary, you're going to leave San Juan, and then you're going to go to St. Thomas, St. Martin, Antigua, St. Vincent, Barbados, have a sea day, and then return back to San Juan, Puerto Rico again. A really nice thing that is also, in addition to these itineraries, is the fact that there is so much to see there in Puerto Rico that it's a really cool place to spend a little bit of time before or after your cruise, or both, and take in a little bit more sights or just relax. When I went there I went by myself last November because Gordon couldn't come, so we had a day there in San Juan, and I really enjoyed it. I walked around, felt safe the whole time. I went by myself, had a really nice day. And so I think that this is really good news. It's really exciting. Like I said, it has been more than a decade since Princess had a home port there in San Juan, Puerto Rico. These cruises are going to go on sale on May 16th, just around the corner here. They are also talking about how that whole area there of San Juan, Puerto Rico is expanding as far as tourism goes. Apparently they are flying a lot more flights in from not only the United States, but also from Europe and South America. And so everything is growing there in San Juan, Puerto Rico as far as tourism goes. So it sounds like Princess sees a good window there, and I'm excited to try it. So put in the comments if you would like to sail on Princess out of San Juan, Puerto Rico, or if you have sailed on other cruise lines. I believe right now I know for sure that Norwegian has a ship that uses San Juan as their home port, just off of the top of my head. So let me know if you've done that or if you'd like to give it a try. That I think it's really exciting. Now let's talk for a minute about that sanctuary collection. I talked about it in length last week and into the week before. So if you have any questions about that, go back and catch my videos. But what I want to make really easy for you is if you already booked, so if you book your cruise April 23rd or later, then you would be selecting a sanctuary collection cabin. It would be really clear that that is what you're booking. But if you had booked your cruise before that time, I know that there's a little bit of confusion about which cabins are included in that. And so let me tell you. So for the cabin categories, the SO, S2, S4, S9, and the M like Mary, M1 and M2, those are the cabin categories that are now part of the Sanctuary Collection. So if you had booked your cruise before April 23rd and you had booked one of those cabins in those categories, you are now going to have the benefits of sailing in the Sanctuary Collection. That means you'll have the access to the sanctuary, you'll have access to the sanctuary dining room, everything that goes with that. But the only thing that you're not going to have is if you didn't pay for the Premier package, you're not going to have the Premier package. So if you want that to be part of your experience and you booked your cruise before April 23rd, you'll need to pay for that separately. And if you're wondering how you do that, the Premier package is $80 a day. So if you don't have any package, you'll just pay $80 a day per person, and you can add that to your booking. Or if you've already got the Plus package, you just pay the difference. So the extra $20 a day, since the Plus is $60, you just pay the difference, upgrade, and you've got that Premier package. But I wanted to let you know so you can look at your booking confirmation and see if you're in the Sanctuary Collection or not. Really quickly, I wanted to review with you all, and I talked about this last week, but it struck me as I was looking through this. There are 215 Sanctuary Collection staterooms on Princess, and they are just spread out between decks 10 to 17. So you will have your cabin in the area where your cabin is, and then you will be able to go enjoy that sanctuary area, and you will also be able to go enjoy like the sanctuary dining room. But a really nice experience, it sounds like, with everything that Princess has released about that. But it'll be fun to see, so I'm anxious to hear from all of you as soon as that Sanctuary Collection comes into play, as soon as she arrives here in October of this year. I'm really excited to hear how you get your space in the sanctuary and share it with having 215 cabins on board that have access to that. So I'm just going to have to keep asking. Let me know when you're on board, and let me know if you're sailing in one of those. It's really exciting, I think. Let's talk about Alaska and put your questions about that in the comments. Now, Alaska. Alaska is a really big deal. I talk about it here now and again, but every time I think about Alaska, I get excited. So when we talk about Alaska for 2024 and looking forward to 2025, there are a lot of things that Princess is bringing back again, but there are also some really cool things that they are doing differently for this year. One of the things that I think about a lot, I thought it was interesting when you think about going to Alaska, that there is such a difference in itineraries. Some things stay the same, but truly all the cruise lines are, especially I would say Princess and Holland America the most, are really expanding the different ports that they're going to visit during the course of your cruise and the different itineraries that they're putting together. They've got those, round trip out of Seattle, out of Vancouver. They've got the northbound and southbound voyages. So much to think about. So some of the things that are going to come back that I think are truly highlights. One of them that stands out is Puppies in the Piazza. If you are going to go on a cruise to Alaska on Princess, when you get on board, ask about Puppies in the Piazza. That is when they bring on board these little puppies. They're sled dog puppies, and they are just cute as can be. They'll bring them there in the piazza. People will have the chance to get their picture with them. It's just really cute. We've seen that several times, and so they're bringing that again. One other thing that people really enjoy is called Cook My Catch. So if you go on an excursion and you catch a fish, then you can have it cooked for you on board. You can have it cooked in the main dining room, and they are also doing the Cook My Catch this year, new for 24, in the Catch by Rudy restaurant. And so it would be really fun to have the fish that you caught cooked for your dinner. They're doing that. Libby Riddles is going to be back again. If you're not familiar, she's the first woman to win the Iditarod, and we've gotten to hear her speak before. I bought her book, and so I love that she is coming back again. They've got some of the different excursions that they've got are coming back again. Some of the enrichment they've got will be back again, like Life Through the Alaska Lens, Tales from the Wild, Tales from the Deadliest Catch, just a whole lot of things. So when you get on board, really take the time to look through the schedule of events so that you don't miss things. Because to me, an Alaskan cruise is really extra special, because not only are you going to see beautiful scenery, but it is so busy on board, really trying to, well, you can be as busy as you want to be and not as edition don't want to be. But they really have so many enrichment activities on Princess that I thoroughly enjoy going to see everything and hear everything. And you know what? It never gets old to me. This year will be our 6th time to Alaska, and I am just as excited to hear about I'm even more excited than I was the first time because I didn't know what to expect. But I am so excited to go attend those things and hear what they've got to say and just be a part of the magic of visiting such a beautiful place. This year they are also adding, like, they're going to have a salmon cooking class, they're going to have a cocktail making class where they make cocktails based on Alaska. So that's kind of fun. They're going to have a lot more activities. It sounds like at the lodges they're going to do like geocaching. They're going to have like a tea available as far as like afternoon tea with Alaska sourced teas and just so many other things. So it sounds like they're doing more with the naturalists at the lodge. So this is the time to go. And if you're not booked for 2024, things are filling up really fast. If you want to go in 2024, you should book it. If you want to go with people who are really fun, you could come with Gordon and I because we've got a really fun group going on July 27th on the Discovery Princess. But I just am putting this out there because sometimes you have to know that things exist in order to want to be able to do them. I will never forget watching. Remember how on Princess they used to have those destinations in depth? You would go, in the stateroom, you could click on the different destinations and they'd show them to you, and then they'd have professors from UCLA talk about it for a minute. That's where I learned I wanted to go to Ephesus. I never knew that cruise ships, I never took the time to find out that cruise ships went to Ephesus. And you have to learn about these places to know if you're going to want to do them. Really quickly, if you have been to Alaska before, you're going to want to take a second look at the excursions because in 2024, Princess has added like 13 new excursions. So get out of the box a little bit, and I'm trying to do that a little bit more in my life and try things that I've not tried before. So take a look at the new excursions, and the Crab Shack that they offer is a pop-up. If you get the chance to do that, it is a really good $49 spent. It's $49 a person. We just did it on the Discovery Princess, and it was excellent. Excellent. Absolutely excellent. And some days I'm hard to please. I'm not really hard to please, but I can be particular. And our lunch was excellent. And so I can highly recommend that for you. Before we go any further here, I would like to invite you to please subscribe to our channel. Would love to have you with us. And if you appreciate my updates, will you please give this video a thumbs up? Thank you so very much. Let's talk for just a minute here about the Eclipse cruise. And so if you're not at all interested, you can still stay because this is really exciting. And no, even if you're not on a cruise ship, this Eclipse is going to be very cool. It's so amazing to look at the whole map of the way that eclipse is going to go. And so take a minute and look at that. Gordon's going to help me with some pictures here while I'm talking to you about it. So Gordon and I decided to go through the itinerary and think about how we think maybe that is going to flow. We're going to leave Southampton and maybe what ports we're going to hit at what time to try to figure out maybe where the ship is going to be. I don't know that the actual itineraries are going to be released any before May 23rd. If they are, I'll tell you. But so we leave Southampton, and when you look at the list of the ports, I'm wondering if Princess listed them in the order they would visit them, but that Cherbourg, France is just across the English Channel from Southampton, so it would make sense that we leave on the 8th of August, on the 9th that we would be there in Cherbourg, that then on the 10th we would have a sea day heading down to be in Bilbao. I listened to this a lot, how to say it, on the 11th, which the coast of Spain is north facing at that point. So when you look at Bilbao there on the map where we would be theoretically maybe on the 11th, you just look to the west of that, and there is a town called Gijón, and it's Gihon. 50 miles west of that is where the totality is for this eclipse. And so it would make perfect sense that we would go visit there the day before and then be right there in the region for totality. When you take that place as the place of totality and us viewing it there, it makes it so that the sun would be about a 10-degree angle up from the horizon there, and totality would last for 1 minute and 45 seconds, and the whole event would start at about 7:30 p.m. The totality would be at 8:27 p.m. and it would end at about 9:20 p.m. and then the sun would set at 9:24. So if the ship is going the places that we think it's going to go, it sounds like we are going to be right there close to totality in order to view that eclipse, which is just, how do you put a price tag on that? How do you capture that moment? So I wanted you to think about that, look at the map, see what you think, but I just wanted to remind you that if you want to come, send me an email. I'm in the process of replying to those of you that have sent me an email, and we're going to need to have two categories of people. The people who know that they want to go. And Princesses, in their press release, they said that prices are going to start at $21.99 per person. Just so you know, that does not include port fees and taxes. It's cruise fare. And generally, when they say starting at, that is generally for a guaranteed interior. And so we'll know what the pricing is on the day that they release those itineraries, but kind of think of where you stand with that. And the people that really want to go, you can give me your information, I'll book it, and then I'll be in touch with you to get your to go over it with you and make sure everything sounds good, and then to do your deposit. And then the people that want to wait on pricing can either look at it online, but then also you can ask me for it at the same time and I'll contact you as quick as I can, or you can send me an email then. But I am just really excited, and it's going to be an amazing time, and I think that's why I'm just so excited. This last Eclipse cruise that we got to go on, it was an amazing thing to see the eclipse, but it meant even more because we were our Let's Go family was together to get to see it. So just wanted to put that out there, let you know. I think Princess has done a really good job in setting up the itinerary really to position us in the area of totality, which makes a big difference about how long you'll be able to see it. Now, I do want to add though that as you look at that map of the of totality and how long it's going to last in the different places, it is longer up in Reykjavik, Iceland. That is supposed to be the place to see it for the longest amount of time. But I am still really nervous about picking the Cunard cruise for the group cruise to go up there and for Gordon and I to take to see the eclipse, simply because everything is, the weather is more uncertain up there, and also their whole thing going on with volcanoes. They could have a volcano erupting and that could, completely block your view of what you're going to see on that eclipse. You could also have a perfect view and have it beautiful, but it's a little bit more uncertain there. So I just wanted to put that out there. So let me know what questions you've got, and let me know if you have ever been on a cruise to see an eclipse before, or if you have traveled to see an eclipse. I think that's a really cool thing to talk about. So thank you for being here with me today. I'll see you all here again tomorrow, and I'll be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.